The sun hadn't yet risen when Mara made her way up the hill, clutching a small bundle of wildflowers wrapped in old newspaper. The air was damp with morning dew and her shoes were soaked from the wet grass, but she didn't care. She had made this walk every Sunday for nearly a year. The cemetery was quiet save for the distant hum of city traffic below. Mara stopped in front of a modest marble headstone engraved with simple words. Emma Reed, beloved wife and friend. Her throat tightened as she knelt, brushing her fingertips over the name. "Hi, Miss Emma," she whispered, setting the flowers gently at the base. "I found daisies this time." "You always said daisies make the world look happy again." Her voice trembled. The memory of that day still burned in her mind. A kind stranger, elegant but warm, stopping to hand her a sandwich and a smile when she'd been sitting on a cold bench with nothing but tears. "You're stronger than you think," Emma had said. "When you get back on your feet, promise me you'll pass on kindness." A tear rolled down Mara's cheek. "I'm trying, Miss Emma, I'm really trying." The crunch of gravel behind her made her flinch. She turned quickly and froze. A tall man stood there in a dark coat, his presence quiet but commanding. His hair was peppered with silver, and the early morning light caught the grief in his eyes. Mara recognized him instantly. Alexander Reed, billionaire CEO of Reed Industries. His photo was in the papers, his name in every business headline. She scrambled to her feet. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to trespass, But Alexander's gaze was fixed on the flowers. His voice came low, thick with emotion. "You come here often." Mara hesitated. "Every Sunday, she once helped me when no one else did." His jaw clenched slightly as he stepped closer to the grave. "You knew her?" "I only met her once," Mara admitted softly, "but she changed my life in 5 minutes." For a long moment, silence hung between them. Then Alexander's shoulders sagged, the strong facade of the powerful CEO cracking for the first time. "She changed mine too," he whispered. "She was my wife." The world seemed to still. Mara's lips parted in shock. "Your wife?" He nodded, kneeling beside the headstone. "Emma always had a heart for strangers. She told me once that kindness was an investment that never failed." He looked up at Mara, his voice quieter now. "Thank you for remembering her. Most people moved on." Mara's eyes filled with tears. "I could never forget her." And as they stood together, two people connected by loss and love, the morning sun finally rose, casting a golden light over Emma's name. The following Sunday, Mara hesitated at the cemetery gate. Part of her wanted to turn back. She didn't belong in the world of powerful men like Alexander Reed. But her promise to Emma tugged at her heart. When she reached the grave, she stopped short. Alexander was already there, dressed more simply this time, holding a bouquet of white lilies. He turned when he heard her footsteps. "You came." Mara blushed slightly. "I didn't think you'd remember." He smiled faintly. "Emma used to bring me here on Sundays now. I guess I finally have someone to share it with again." They stood side by side, placing their flowers down together. The silence was comfortable, filled with the rustle of leaves and the distant call of birds. Alexander glanced at her hands, rough, cracked, the hands of someone who'd worked too hard for too little. "You still struggling?" he asked quietly. Mara gave a shy laugh. "I get by. I clean offices at night. Some days I skip meals, but I'm used to it." His expression hardened slightly, not with judgment, but pain. Emma hated seeing anyone go hungry. He reached into his coat and handed her a small white envelope. "I know you didn't come here for this, but I'd like to offer you something and a job. Personal assistant at Reed Foundation. We help women rebuild their lives." Emma started it, and I think she'd want you to continue her work. Mara stared at him wide-eyed. "Me? But I don't have a degree. Alexander interrupted gently. "You have something better. Gratitude, heart. That's what she valued most." Tears welled in Mara's eyes as she looked at the grave, her voice breaking. "She's still helping people even now." Alexander nodded, his voice soft but sure. "That was her gift. And maybe now, it's ours too." They stood in silence, side by side, as the morning sun spilled over the wildflowers. Two strangers bound by one woman's kindness, starting something new where love had once ended.